Well, hi Virgos, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your June reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card in the first part of the reading. So if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. For Virgos, what can you expect coming up in your life? For Virgos, what do you need to know? For Virgos, what do you need to know? Okay. I'll put these down in the order they came out. I see a twin flame relationship here. So I'll turn cards over that need to be turned over. Okay, we got leftover cards for the second part of the reading. So Virgos, the overall energy of this reading is the Ten of Cups. Now this can be about wishes, wishes coming true. Or it can be that you're protecting your cups of love until the right person comes along, happily, knowing that you have all that love you could share with someone. That's around your entire reading. Your highest energy is a Nine of Swords. Ugh. Okay, the Nine of Swords, being up in your head, we got swords of truth and clarity, that any quiet moment, doing anything, if your mind's not occupied, these swords just start to come through. And it's over and over. So it can be almost torturous at times. But truth and clarity, sometimes it's hard to deal with. These are the two strongest energies in your whole reading. So it kind of feels like you've been putting your love on a shelf. I think you really want to hand out your love too. I feel like that's kind of the swords that are going through your mind. Is like, when am I ever going to be able to hand out my love? You know, maybe you're lonely too. I think you were in a relationship. I feel like I have the Fool card. This might have been what put you there, that put you in the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Cups energy, is the Fool. The Fool is fun while it lasts, but it never lasts. It just, it always changes. You always end up at the edge of the cliff. And then it's decision-making time. So it's like living in the moment, throwing caution to the wind, having a carefree life and relationship. Oh my gosh. But it's taking you end up taking your head out of the clouds and looking forward towards the future rather than just living in the moment. And I think you were doing that with someone. I really do, and living that life. But someone started to look forward. There's the Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. But I bet it was you that started to look forward. I think your heart got involved, and I think the other person was like, wanted to stay in the Fool's energy. There might have been someone other influence in this relationship. Whether it was a mother, child, sister, aunt, brother, whatever. Third party. But I think there was someone influencing this relationship. So that's one of the reasons they wanted to stay in the Fool's energy and not, commit or move any further. I have the Judgment card here under the Nine of Swords and next to the Nine of Cups. So the Judgment card, this is your guardian angels and spirit guides, and they've been blowing this horn down on you, teaching you a spiritual lesson, and you get it. Spiritual lessons are so difficult to get through. That's why we have the Nine of Swords. And the spiritual lesson probably has to do with putting your love aside until the right person comes along. Guard it, and don't just, live in the moment anymore. The Fool's energy can be fun, but it just never lasts. That's the thing. If you want something to last, then don't live in the Fool's energy. If you want a one-night stand or something like that, Fool's energy works out great. Or just, on call. Fool's energy works out great, but it feels to me like you wanted more than that. I have the Emperor on the other side of the Nine of Cups, and this is under the Three of Pentacles. So the Emperor, this is the card for Aries. Aries might be strong in your chart or in someone else's around this reading. But this is someone who's stubborn, really kind of stuck in their ways. They see things their way. It's really hard to get them to change their minds. So once they've made up their mind, it's really hard to get them to compromise even. They're very well liked and respected by others, and they might be a leader in their profession. I feel like this is one of the people. I think this is the other person in this relationship. I feel like they weren't willing to budge from this Fool's energy. And then I have the Empress, which is right under the Judgment card. There's your twin flame energy that I saw. They're all male or female, all the cards. So the Empress here, this is, right under the Judgment card. This is you, male or female, okay? You have a lot of beautiful qualities as just being a human being on this earth. You're kind and thoughtful and loving and considerate and generous, and so many great qualities about you that in order to have a long-term relationship, the other party must also have a lot of those qualities. So, it's the things that matter in a person. So I just feel like this Emperor and twin flame relationships, 95% of them do not work out anyway. And I feel like this is just one of those relationships. It's a twin flame relationship, and I don't think it's working out. You need someone who's more like you, thinks more like you, is more considerate and thoughtful like you. And also, the Empress can signify a pregnancy. I just want to throw that out there. But part of your judgment here is to hold your love. Hold your love until the right person comes along. I have a fresh start and a new beginning coming in for you, which is really nice. The Ace of Wands, it's blossoming, it's blooming here. And it's like you're moving forward. Even though you're up in your head right now, it probably feels like... like you're in hell or something at the moment, but it's because of the spiritual lesson. So this is the type of person you are. This is the type of person they are. Sometimes I can see it works out, but this one I do not see that. I have another devil. I have the devil card right under the Emperor. It's another three people card. Black card. This is the card for Capricorn only because of the horns. So Capricorn may be strong in someone's chart, but the energy is what matters. And they have toxic energy associated with them. There's someone or something associated with them that prevents them from moving forward in a relationship. This could be a past relationship. It could be a past energy of sorts that tells them no way, they're never getting involved again, they're never getting married, they're never ever this, whatever. Because once they make up their mind, they're very stubborn, the Emperor. So let's take out the second part of this reading, and let's see what else it is that we need to know. For Virgos, please. For Virgos, what else do we need to know? And Virgo, you were the last card to come out. Okay. So I have the Knight of Swords. This is taking action. This is you taking action. I feel like you're the one that got done with this relationship. You're like, this is not working for me. I can't deal with this anymore. So you rush forth in self-protection. You block. You might be, wands are about communication here. these wands and fresh starts and new beginnings, but I feel like they try to contact you and you just kind of block them. You're like, no, I just can't do this anymore. It isn't working for me, and I don't want all this communication coming in trying to talk me into going back to the Fool's energy. This causes you a lot of stress, anxiety, confusion, all up in your head. There might be some literal bickering going on, arguing. I have the Knight of Wands right next to the Emperor and under the Knight of Swords. So they ran in and out of your life. They'd run in with hope, with that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. They'd run out with the staff of passion. They were not grounded. They were not stable. They were not committable. Just a flighty energy that the Emperor was like, no, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. And this is how it's going to be. Well, you're like, okay, it's yours. I got the Four of Wands on the back side of the Knight of Wands and under the Seven of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is a divine soulmate energy. There's love, there's joy, there is union. This is a card of marriage, it can be. But in looking at this, I think by blocking, doing all this blocking this energy, you will be moving forward. We know you're into a fresh start, new beginning that's coming in. We had the Chariot moving forward here from all the anxiety, the stress and confusion. Cancer, this is the card for Cancer, might be strong in your chart or someone else's. But this is about moving forward. Now, I feel like there is somebody coming in here that you're moving towards. They're not coming in. I think you're moving towards them. I have the Six of Wands besides the Devil card and under the Knight of Wands. No, you're going to have success in love. You're saying goodbye to the Devil energy, goodbye to this flighty in and out of your life energy, the Emperor. They can be as stubborn as they want, but you can be stubborn too, and you can move forward if you want. And you're going to. But I feel like in moving forward, you are moving towards a committed relationship. This Six of Wands is not even looking at the Devil. It's looking at the Eight of Pentacles. I think there's a soulmate that you're heading towards that wants to work on a relationship. That they have a good job, they're stable, they're secure, they're grounded, and they're the perfect person to have a relationship with. Not only that, they're a very strong soulmate. You might know this person from work, even. So the Hermit, this is your card, Virgo. And what you're doing is you're seeking your path forward. Well, you are going to move forward, all right. You're going to put your nose to the grindstone. You're going to pay attention to your work and decide to build your own pentacles and look towards your own future. But I think in doing so, I think there might be somebody at work that you strike up a connection with. And it's a strong connection. And it may turn out that you're going to end up as a couple. That's how it looks here. So let me take out an angel card. I'm going to take out a law of attraction card too for you for June's reading. These are messages from your guardian angels and spirit guides that may or may not have anything to do with this reading, but whatever it is something they want you to know. Let's cut you a card for Virgos, please. Virgo, very low. Very low. A new beginning. You can pause. You can read this anytime you want, if you can see it. And I'm going to read it to you. A new beginning. You're at the beginning of a wonderful journey. Okay, it's not just the end of something. Like I say, you are moving into something. There's no need to have any fear, as guardian angels walk beside you every step of the way. You have unique gifts to offer the world. You, if you will just free yourself from that which holds you back, which is this other energy, new opportunities will present themselves if you truly believe. So believe, 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 believe. There's somebody out there for you. You just got to let these old energies go. Okay, so I'm going to take out a Law of Attraction card, a group of entities called Abraham who speak through a medium named Esther Hicks. And these are answers to questions that were asked to Abraham. I want to see what shows up. Oops, let me pick that. Let me pick that up. Oh, that's more than one, so we're not going to use that. See, what does Abraham have for you? For Virgos. Let's cut this one thin. Attention to what is only creates more what is. It's part of the law of attraction, okay? So if you're only going to focus on what is now, that's all that will be, is what is now, okay? So on the other side is what they have to say about that from Abraham's words. And I'm going to read it to you. You can pause and read this anytime you want. Many want to point out reality to you. They say, face the facts. Look at what is. And we say to you, if you are able to see only what is, then by the law of attraction, you will create only more of what is. You must put your thoughts beyond what is in order to attract something more or something that is different. Advice from the universe. Don't concentrate on what is. Concentrate on what you want. So Virgos, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.